There are many opportunities being offered on social sites about making you rich with their next big product. Making you rich with their next big product. As you and I know, they are not always what they say they are. They are not always what they say they are. So let me begin by telling you we're not a business opportunity, or you're not a business opportunity, or is a free platform designed to help charities and struggling people around charities and struggling people around the world.
Echo, you may want to stop that. Restart that. There's a lot of echo for some reason.
Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solutions, better known as Ripple. This is a quick video intro of what Ripple offers, better known as Ripple. This is, as you know, there are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich. There are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich with their next what they say they are. As you and I know, let me begin by telling you not always what they say they are. Opportunity or a get rich quick scheme. Ripple is a free platform.
Paul, do you want me to play it from here and then come back to you?
That could be a good idea. I'm having a technical issue, unfortunately.
I can see that, but that's okay. There's nothing like a launch of a program. Welcome, guys. Well, let's get this started.
It's been working all day. And I go live and it's playing double volume. Go figure.
Not a problem. Here we go. Okay.
Solutions, better known as Ripple. This is a quick video intro of what Ripple offers to their members. As you know, there are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich with their next big product. As you and I know, they are not always what they say they are. So let me begin by telling you we're not a business opportunity or a get-rich-quick scheme. Ripple is a free platform designed to help charities and struggling people around the world. The Ripple platform allows you to earn free points daily, which you divide 50-50 with a national charity, and use your points for your day-to-day necessities. Let's explain. Every time you play or participate in any of Ripple programs, you're always helping charities around the world. And the best thing is you have the opportunity to pick which charity you want to earn points for, and can change that whenever you want. On the Rewards Ripple platform, we offer many different games, surveys, and postings you can post on your social environment, where you receive points. Then these points you can use on the Ripple auction site. Yes, that's what we said. You earn free points where you can use them to bid on your day-to-day necessities, like groceries, hygiene products, food, and many other items that you may be short of in your day-to-day life. Wow, you may say, but it even gets better. Sometimes we all get behind on our bills, whether it's rent or your utility bills, or maybe you are late on a student loan or credit card payment. Well, just go to the auction site and bid on Make My Payment for Me. Crazy, right? But it doesn't stop there. Additionally, on the auction site there are luxury items, things like cruises and vacations, airline tickets, even cash money, and all these are free to you if you win the bid. The more games you play in, and the more postings you post, the more points you receive. Then simply place your bid on the product you want. And don't forget, every time you win, your points are divided 50-50 with the charity you are playing for. And guess what? They can go to the charity side of our auction site and bid just like you. In fact, we are setting a new standard for charitable organizations, as they don't have any of the red tape they normally have to go through with a traditional donation. It's simple. Let's say the nonprofit organization is looking for a pallet of water or warm clothes. They just place a bid on a pallet of water, or the warm clothes they are looking for. And if they win the bid, the product is immediately shipped to the people or organization they are trying to help. It truly is a game changer for charitable organizations. Think about it, as soon as they win the bid, the product is on the way to make a difference. No red tape, just true results. In the meantime, let me tell you how this can be life-changing for you and your family. Every time you refer somebody to this exciting program, you get 20% of their winning share of points, and what's even better, 10% of their winning share of points goes to your fundraising program or vacation fund. Make sure you visit our website to get a full understanding how our referral and fundraising programs work. So sign up and start telling your friends and family or anybody you meet about Ripple, as every time they play and win, you win points. And it even gets better. With some of our partners, you can even win real cash all for playing in their games. In fact, our favorite partner is 360 Win, which offers free poker tournaments to play in, and when you win cash. And what's amazing is they match your winnings to a charity of your choice. What could be better? Cash in your pocket. Points to bid in an auction for your necessities. Cash to a worldwide charity of your choice. It is free to sign up and become a member of Ripple. In fact, it will always be free to participate in earning free points. So again, share this new incredible platform with your friends and family, which will make a difference in their life just like yours. As they can win their day-to-day necessities just like you. And remember, it can be anything from groceries, pay a bill, or cash. And don't forget, if they win, you win. At the same time, you are doing your part by playing for charities and winning points to make a difference to the people who need the help. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is truly to help charitable organizations and struggling individuals. At the same time, make a little difference in your life by getting the day-to-day necessities, or the odd luxury items. How can you do this, you may ask? It's real simple. Our advertisers play an 8 to 12 seconds video in our games, advertising their products that fit your profile. And if you want to purchase through the ad, you often are giving a discount. By you watching the advertising, Ripple generates an income that we purchase products for the auction site, where you are able to bid on the items that you want. This is truly a win-win situation for everybody. Sign up now and let's make a difference. We thank you for being part of this game-changing platform, raising funds for charitable organizations around the world. The revolution starts now. So make sure you join us on one of our weekly webinars to find out more. As we say at Ripple, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it.
All right. Well, welcome to the call today, guys. Obviously, it's a very special day. It's January 27th, and we hope this goes down in history. I'm here. My name's David Cutler, and I'm here to introduce our managing director of Ripple, which obviously is Rewards Ripple Solution, but we go by Ripple. Obviously, you're going to find out through the presentation today a lot of things. You've just seen stuff on the video that is very exciting. Yes, we're not going to be paying out cash as some incredible programs, but we're going to replace cash with your day-to-day necessities, whether it's even behind on payments and things of that nature. But at all times, we're going to be turning around and helping out charities. So you're always going to be paying for a charity. So who better to explain this with the individual things he's been going through in his own personal life? Paul Davis, which is the managing director, been with Avazu for a long time. Obviously, it's sad to see him go over to put his focus on here, but being Avazu, what we are connected in the way which Paul will explain, we're kind of really excited to work together. Paul is somebody I've known for most probably multiple years. I won't say how many years, and I've seen him go through a lot of struggles, and I've seen him be so successful in so many things. And of course, when this started to come together, he's the perfect choice to make sure this thing happens all the way through to the end. So not only has he been my friend, but he's been my work colleague for years in different projects, and I've seen him successful. So sit back, enjoy the presentation, and Paul, I'm going to hand it over to you, brother, if you've got your technical stuff, and I'm going to sit back and enjoy.
Thank you for the introduction there, Dave. Want to wish you a happy birthday. It's already starting to come out in the comments. Some people know it's your birthday, so it is a prestigious day. We hope that Ripple's going to be a roaring success, and I'd like to thank Avazu for all the support they've been giving me personally with all the stuff I'm going through at the minute, in and out of hospital. I'm getting there now. Hopefully I'm going to be able to keep my leg, which is good because it'll help me run things very well here and get about. But on a personal note, I want to thank Dave for the belief in me, in the belief of the vision of Rewards Ripple, and thank him for the technology that we have, because without Avazu and Dave especially, we wouldn't have the technology that we have now to move forward with things like the Match It game, because that came all the way from Dave, and it's a gift to us that we're able to share with you guys and bring change to you guys now. Which is something that's always been a goal of all of us that have always been involved in any businesses with Dave, is to try and make a change. And, we've come up short a few times because of, COVID and things like that. We've had all our setbacks, but this is something that we are going to be able to get going within the next 30 days. We're going to end the pre-launch. So we're in the pre-launch now, which is good because it means if you get your friends and family in there now, they can get in the winner's circle. You can start collecting points, and then when we go live with everything, then you'll be able to get into the auctions and get the items you truly need. I'm going to share my screen now. Now, I'm going to keep talking, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see myself when I do the presentation. So if it doesn't look like I'm looking at you guys, it's because I'm reading the screen and my camera's at the top. So luckily, there's no audio now. I can share the entire screen and I can go into the PowerPoint presentation. So I don't want to bore you guys, so I want to run through this as quick as I can, and hopefully not bore you guys too much. So welcome to Ripple. We are going to be the newest platform where you can earn free points for every day-to-day items that you really need and luxury items that you want. Because at the end of the day, we all need a helping hand in these times of crisis. You can play in the weekly games to win your free points. And what is in Ripple? The Match It game. The Match It game, like I said, has come from Dave and previous projects with Avazu and Aptech. And this is going to be coming up intermittently during the pre-launch. The reason it's going to be coming up intermittently is because we need to make sure that we're getting the platform working correctly, because we're changing a few things on the way it used to work to the way it works now. We're going to have the Ripple auction, which will be available at full launch. We've got a holding page at the moment showing you what the auction is going to look like that you can access through your dashboard, and you can see what it looks like and some suggestive items on there that could be on there. We've got the 360 Win, which is going to be one of our partners. It's only going to be available in the US when we go into the full launch, but they are looking to roll out across the world, which is good because it falls in line in what we do, but I'll talk about them a bit more as we go. We're going to be having the Stop My Phone, Phone Ringer and Help a Friend, which I'll talk about as well. The Rewards Ripple card, we're going to get this as soon as we can. Obviously, we're getting a card which we'll be able to send out to you guys either electronically, because it'll be a virtual card, or you can have a physical card. And we're working at the moment to try and get some partnerships going where when you go and purchase certain items, you'll be able to earn additional points to use in the auction and possibly get discounts as well. So we're working on that for you. Other items coming up in spring and summer 2024, which I'll go into later on. And then we've got the Rewards Ripple RA, the support links and the surveys. Now, the support links and the RA is, if you're part of the Abazu family already, you'll understand what this is. This will also be brought into Ripple as well, and it'll be mirrored off from Abazu. Again, thank you, Abazu, for the technology you brought across. And then we've got the business accounts, which I'll touch on, the Rewards Ripple charities that we're going to be supporting, and obviously Ripple and Abazu. Free entries and points for the ticket holders. So Rewards Ripple charities. Charities are always going to be the main driving force for us, as there are so many people out there at some point in their lives will need a little bit of extra help. And that's what we want to do. We want to be out there in the community to help these people. The Rewards Ripple auction is also going to be for the charity. So they'll have their separate auction, like you've seen in the video, where they'll be able to go in and bid on pallets of water, pallets of grain, pallets of wheat, get items that they need, like well drilling projects, generators, medical supplies, tents and things like that. Anything they need, we're going to try and put on there. The people that use Ripple are going to be able to pick where their points go to. We're going to have a list of charities that you're able to pick and play for, and you'll be able to change that from time to time so you can play for different charities. And that's where your points are going to be going to help those charities. People are going to be able to tell us about their local charities, and we'll be able to bring them on board so they can get help if they need it also. So that'll be your charity. And we're also going to open up some schools and other educational facilities so they can come in and bid for things like books. They can bid for computers. They can bid for laptops, tablets, sports equipment and things like that, anything that they really need. And we're also going to be looking at sponsorship programs as well to sponsor teams and things like that. So they might need that little bit of extra funding to be able to help them get the kits and any sports equipment that they need. So, we want to help out as many community people as we can. Rewards Ripple and Abazu. Rewards Ripple has the privilege and is very proud to be able to work with Abazu. Abazu is the biggest sponsor that we have in technology, and Abazu is also going to be providing us as one of the main supporters of the auction. So Abazu is going to be putting some prizes up in the auction that you guys will be able to bid on. And, we're very proud to be working with Abazu. Without the support that Abazu have given us, we wouldn't have be where we are now, especially with me being down and in the hospital. What this means is if you're an active Abazu ticket holder, that you will not just get points for everything that you place in Ripple, you'll also get additional free entries for Abazu raffle. So it's a win-win situation. You do one posting, you're getting two sets of things. And the same for Abazu. You can, if you're a ticket holder, you can go into Abazu and do things that Abazu put up, and you'll get points for the Ripple auctions. As Ripple brings on new and exciting things to the platform, Abazu ticket holders will get exclusive offers just for them. So it pays you to be a ticket holder in Abazu raffle as well as part of Ripple. We hope that all this is a long-standing relationship between us both, and we look forward to being able to offer Abazu ticket holders something special for being part of us both. The Match It game. like I said, this is Dave's little baby. So this is going to be one of the main ways you can earn yourself 3 points by playing in the weekly game. Match It's been designed as an easy to play that you can come back each day and play for a few minutes and still have the possibility of earning points. There'll be a couple of ads in there each time. This is to make people aware of different groups that we are supporting in Ripple or that a Ripple are supporting themselves. I Play, We Win is a big part of the goal. As more people play, the more we can give to charities, and the bigger part of what we are wanting to do is obviously cover all the charities. We have plans to make more use of the Match It platform by having special games from time to time where people can play for different charities and associations to get their much needed points in a bid to go on the items they truly need. So if we were to go on there and have a certain charity that we know needed some extra support, basically we put a special game in there which was playing in the name of that charity. The same way with the auctions as well. When we have auctions, we're going to have special auctions where you'll be able to play on a certain charity. Now I'd like to bring Dave back in because, like I said, the Match It program is an Abazoo program, and Dave understands this much better than I do. I get a general idea of it, but like I said, Dave Cutler is the guy that did this. So Dave, could you please come on and explain how this is going to work for everyone?
Sure. So you've got the screen up. So I'm just I can't really use the mouse, but I'll quickly go through this, guys, because I know time's important. So everything that we have put together for Match It, obviously when Paul and I started discussing this opportunity with doing the rewards, we wanted something that would create engagement for multiple people as well as the charities. And Match It was a perfect match, no pun intended. And of course, what we wanted to do with Match It was make sure that people that sign up in the program get rewarded for introducing the program. And exactly what you're looking at right now, it works this way. So first of all, anybody that signs up in pre-launch, this 30 days to March 1st, that is the winner's circle. So let's quickly address the winner's circle because with 10%, Paul's going to go into it. The winner's circle is special, very special. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to let Paul cover that. But you will see that every time somebody plays in the winner's circle, so every time somebody plays in the Match It game and they win, 10% of their winnings company-wide. That means even if you're not in by March 1, everybody that plays out there, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people we expect to play in this game, every time they win, 10% of that winnings falls into the winning circle. And you're part of that by being on the call today. And Paul will go into that in details. Now, the next thing is if you're the winner, you receive 20%. So let's explain the percentages because some people get confused. So we're going to use 100 points right now as an example. And at 100 points, you divide it 50-50. That means 50 points go off to the charity that you've picked, and you can change that daily. So if you want to change your games, you can do that and change your charity. So you can kind of share it around. And there'll also be a rotation where you can pick up to 5 different charities that each day you play or each week you play, it'll rotate between the charities. So you're not stuck with one charity. Now, this is not your personal charity. This is the national charity. Now, if the winner comes in and you are the winner, the 50% of what you got, think of it as 100% now because that's yours. So think of it as a whole apple. Well, 20% of that whole apple, that 100%, goes to you as the winner. But whoever introduced you gets 20%, and whoever introduced them gets 20%. So guys, think about this. So you share this with your friends and family. They're winning points, and you're winning points as well. Okay, it's just a natural win-win situation. But what's even better is we added a fundraising program in, allowing you to go out and work for your church. In other words, raise money for the church, raise money for the school band. And what that works is a little bit different. There's 30% left over of the winnings of your 50%, which is classified as 100%, right? So if it's a little confusing, I'm sorry, I usually use a mouse. So the difference is this way. If you win, you actually don't get anything on that part. But anybody you sign up below you for 3 levels, as you're looking at this drawing on the right, it pays to their personal fundraiser. And the reason we've done that and set it up that way is so you can actually talk to somebody at the church and say, listen, we'd like to see see what we can do to raise some money for a new roof. And the church pastor or reverend comes along and says, okay, great. Well, what would happen is he would then tell his congregation, and of course we want to make sure the congregation goes out and plays, and then 10% would be coming up to him for the fundraising program. Well, because of a special request, Paul and some other people said, well, what about if we don't want to really do that for a fundraising? Can we get the 10% as something else? So we called it the vacation fund. So basically 10% of whatever you get goes into the vacation fund. So you're going to see later, if it's not today, in the next few weeks to come, you're going to see on the auction site where you're going to be able to get 7-day vacations. So you could take this point kitty, which is accumulating from you. Remember, it's coming from you, from everybody you sign up below you every time they win. And there's going to be multiple winners in multiple different games. So that's it in a nutshell, because I know we're worried about time. We'll come back to this through trainings to really get into it. Paul, back to you, brother.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that leads us on to the Ripple auctions. Our auction site is the place to go and get the items that you need, your day-to-day life, and also the luxury items that you would like. So there's going to be multiple auctions going on daily that you're going to be able to take part of and bid on. And these are going to include such things as day-to-day items, which is going to be food hygiene baskets, bill paid, gift cards, possibly cash if dependent. We're just looking at the legalities on that now, and then you'll be able to bid on more points, because you might be 1,000 points away from getting, like Dave said, a vacation. So you might be able to bid on the points and then get more points for a little amount. Luxury item examples are going to be things like watches, cars, holidays, and then we're going to be asking you, because you're part of this, items you'd like to see on there, and the most popular items we're going to add to the actual auction site. So this is what the auction site looks like at the moment. So you can see there, this is just a placeholder. So we've got construction equipment, jewelry, dolls, bears, toys, industrial machinery, vehicles, marine stuff, farming and agriculture, real estate and decorative art. Got Visa gift cards. You've got the vacuum cleaner there. These are going to be typical of the type of items that we're going to be having on the auction site. Gift cards is a perfect one because it's quickly deliverable to anywhere in the world, which is fantastic for us, because we want to make sure that if someone wins, that they're getting the item in a timely fashion. Now, we're bringing on a lot of people. When I took the screenshot, it was 2 minutes past 4 this afternoon. We were at 1,151 people. Unfortunately, I've only managed to sign up 2 people because I've been in and out of hospital. We're getting people from all over the world, which is absolutely fantastic. Dave or Justin, could I just ask you to quickly pop up and have a look at what the current table's sitting at, how many people we've got signed up. So we are truly going global, which is absolutely fantastic. We love the fact that we're going global, and it means that we're going to be able to help a lot of people all over the world. Now, you might have seen your name on there, which is fantastic if you did. You might also see the country that you're from, so you can see that we're going to be operating in the area that you're in.
Paul, to answer your question quickly, I don't know what you said the number was. You're actually signed up and confirmed 1,168 with 1,321 signups. The 1,321 means down to 168. There's still people to look in their spam folder or confirm their email, but basically confirmed and in the account, you're 1,168. Back to you.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Dave. So 360 win. This is something that we came across, and they work very closely to the same morals that we've got. You know, we're very proud and excited to be able to bring this opportunity and work alongside this amazing company. Their vision is to help charities around the world. And as a part of Ripple, you're going to be able to go across to 360 Win and take part in what they're doing. You can go over and play in their games and win real cash. The way they do it is, if you win $100 with them, they will match that $100 and give that $100 to charity. Now, unfortunately, when we start, we're only going to be able to service the USA. Like I said, they're going to be rolling out over the world. They need to make sure that they've got all their ducks in a row to make sure that they can service the world. But every time, like I said, someone wins, they match it to one of their charities. We are also going to reward everyone that is part of Ripple by giving you points when you go over and use the 360 site. So every time you go over there and you play in one of their tournaments, you're going to be able to win points as well. That's why we can't launch this straight away, because we're waiting for the API to work, so we know the people that have gone over from Ripple to 360, and it's just a way of the two systems talking to each other, so we make sure that you don't miss any of your points. The best thing is you don't have to spend a single penny to play in this game. It is 100% free. The money comes to you, and the way they raise money is the same way that we're going to raise our money, which is by doing advertisements for other companies. Best of luck in all the games, so please play, enjoy, and win and share. Upcoming add-ons. Oh, in fact, before I go on to that, I'd like to bring Graham on. I forgot about Graham. Graham is a great supporter of everything we're doing. And you can see there, Graham is the top of the leaderboard. Graham works alongside us on other projects. He's very successful in his own right. He's got multiple projects that he works on. He never misses a single day, not a single day of doing his live calls, which is an absolute triumph for anybody. Even if he's really sick, he's still there. I had the pleasure of meeting Graham last year when we were down in London. And even when he was out and about with us and staying at the hotel, he still had his laptop with him and brought his laptop out and still did his call. So, Graham, if you're there, I'd like to bring you on, and thank you. Can you hear me?
Graham, are you unmuted? I brought you into the room, so we should be able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Well, it's lovely to be here, and I had the pleasure, as Paul said, of meeting Paul and Dave at the same time. We'd never actually got together physically before. We chatted on Zooms and things like that, but it was really lovely last year to get together with these guys. And what I like about Ripple is I love to promote things that can help people. I like to promote things that can help individuals, and when it can also help a charity as well, you know, that is just the icing on the cake for me. And that is, if you like, my raison d'etre. It's the reason that I exist. I searched for many years for what was the meaning of life? What was it? You know, why, you know, I mean, I'd always been blessed. Don't get me wrong. I'd always had a happy life, but I always sort of thought I was missing something. And that thing that I was missing was the ability to help other people. And that is what I've been working on now for over 20 years. The evolution has been taking place. And this is just another part of that evolution. Ripple Rewards is the future for people that want to help people, people that need something, that want to get in and find hope, because this can bring that hope to people. And without hope, life isn't worth living, you know. So Ripple Rewards can bring hope to individuals. It can bring hope to charities. But while I'm here, I always like to have the opportunity to burst into song. And so all join in now with happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Anything else you want from me?
No, that's perfect, Graham. Thank you very much, and thank you for your continuing support and for everything that you're doing to help us push this forward and get the much needed help to the charities out there in the world.
Thanks,
and
Graham. Thanks,
individually.
Paul, for your birthday wishes as well. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you, all of you.
It's okay. Fantastic. Okay, so other upcoming add-ons to the app. So we are working on an app in the background at the moment. We're web-based. You know, we want to make sure that everything's working, because we go into full launch, which should hopefully be in the next 30 days. We'll have the app that's coming out hopefully soon after that. So we currently have other add-ons that we're looking at bringing on in the spring and summer. We also have plans to bring on add-ons into the app, which will be late summer, mid-autumn. You know, our door is always open for people giving us feedback, and you can email us at info@rewardsripplesolutions.com. And if there's anything that you find not working, any suggestions, anything like that, our door's always open. You know, you guys are the guys that are going to make this successful. You're going to help the charities that need it. You're going to get the much needed help that's out there for you. So we have an open door policy where you can give us suggestions. Not saying that all your suggestions will be taken on board. Some people might bring, something on that's completely unrealistic. You know, everything comes down to coding, making sure that things can speak to each other. And also we need to make sure that things can run smooth as well. So we want to make sure that we do right by you guys, because there's nothing worse than a lagging program. Rewards Ripple banners, supporters and surveys. So like I said, the people that are already part of Abazoo will understand what the banners and the supporters links are. You guys that don't know what it is, basically in your dashboard, when you go into Rewards Ripple, you'll be able to see at the bottom of the screen that we already have some banners in there. And these banners, when it goes live, you'll be able to click on the banner, you'll be able to share it to your social media, and you'll earn points for doing so. You'll also be able to do the review advertising on there as well. So you'll be able to write something about that says, you know, I went to Subway and the best sandwich I've ever had, and I was at this particular Subway. And then you'll be able to do the surveys and things like that as well, and you'll be able to get additional points for doing the surveys. We just need to make sure that, you know, all the terms and conditions are followed, that you're doing things right. But basically, the most simple term and condition of it is you have to be within inside 25 feet of the establishment when you do the survey. Because if you do the survey, they might give you additional discounts that you can go in and reverse inside there. Like I said, they might offer you a deal, and you'll be able to get the deals on a sandwich or whatever the deal is. The Rewards Ripple business accounts. Now, this is where you can make some real money. It's simple. Basically, we are going to be bringing on organizations to do advertisement. So we are going to have a business account where they can come in and put their own banners, they can put their own sponsorship links in, they can set up their own surveys. This is not something that you have to be part of. This is plain and simple there as an opportunity for you if you want to take it. It's not going to be open to everyone. We're going to be making it exclusive for people. So it's not something you really need to be part of. But if it's something you're interested in, then there'll be separate calls to talk about this and, you know, go through it and give you more details, and then we can build your interest. So if you are interested in making a passive income, then after the pre-launch, we'll start all the training, and then you can come in and find out more about this. But there is that option there for you. Let's take a little sneak peek in what's currently in development. These are things that are going to be coming on sort of like spring and summer, or maybe even autumn. So we've got the order tracker, the Rewards Ripple games room, because we've got Match It at the minute, but we have had talks about possibly bringing on more games. The Rewards Ripple gift shop, which is something which is probably going to be more towards the autumn or winter of this coming year, where we're going to have merchandise in there where you'll be able to go in and purchase that, and money will go towards the charities from that. We'll give you more information about these when the time is right, and you'll be able to find out about it. The closest programs that will be getting launched will be Stop My Phone, the Phone Ringer, and the Help a Friend. These are things, again, that they've been inside Abazoo. They've always been part of Abazoo's plan, and we're going to use Rewards Ripple to launch these. So we'll go through them in more detail when it's ready. But basically, the Stop My Phone will ring your phone and let the taxi driver know, or let you know where your phone is, and it'll play a message. It'll make sure that it's loud enough that it can be heard. So if it was left in a taxi or an Uber, you can make the message say something like, Mr. Driver, my phone is in the back seat. Could you please bring it back to me, and I'll give you a big tip. The phone ringer, I've done this myself a few times. I've been out with my partner. We've been to the cinema. I put my phone on silent. I've come home. I put my phone down, and I've forgotten to turn the ringer back on, and I forgot where I put my phone down because I'm very forgetful. It comes with age, unfortunately. With this, I can get my partner to ping my phone, and it'll override the silence on my phone and make a tone come out so I can find my phone. And help a friend. These are the people that you trust to help you with the Stop My Phone and the phone ringer. Now, these are people you need to trust. If you've got a friend that is a bit of a joker, the last thing you want is to have him on there and sending you a message in the AM, because unfortunately the phone ringer will override the silent and it will sound. And with the Stop My Phone, the last thing you need is an alert coming through. And these alerts are very loud. If you've been part of the Abazoo program, Dave has brought this up on numerous calls and he's demonstrated it numerous of times. And it is a very loud alarm. The Rewards Ripple card is something that we're looking at as well. We want to bring on what we call a white label card. So basically it will have Rewards Ripple on there eventually, which will be fantastic. We're looking at maximizing every single penny that you spend and bring you benefits and discounts with that. We are going to be talking to different companies all around the world, where if you go in and you purchase your groceries, they could give you an exclusive discount of 5-10%, something like that. But you'll also earn points for every time you use the card as well. And it'll be fantastic for everyone, because it means that you're getting into a situation where you're getting the discounts, you're getting points, so you're saving money, and then you can come and bid on the luxury items that you truly want in the auctions. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it all. I hope I've not bored you all too much, because that's definitely something I don't want to do. I'm now going to stop sharing my screen and come back to the studio. There I am. Hello, Dave. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. And I think for the first time, plus being ill and going to the hospital and all the things you've had going on the last several weeks, I think you've done an awesome job, brother. For the first explanation, I think you got the point across, no pun intended. Good job, brother.
Thank you. I just didn't want to overwhelm people with too much information. I know you had a concern because, believe it or not, Dave's been looking at the presentation. I'm like, Dave, this is what I'm thinking of doing. That presentation was like 26, 27 slides long. And I'm like, Dave, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll get through it, mate. And he's like, well, normally it's like 5 minutes a slide. So he's thinking it's going to take me 2 hours to get through. Yeah, 43 minutes, I'm done.
Pretty good. All right, so I want to just make sure everybody got the point about one thing that the only thing I would like to make sure you guys get, because Paul went on about the phone ringer, and you obviously don't perhaps know yet as new people about the phone ringer how important it is. So guys, we all know how challenging it is to build a team. Okay, and you want to build a team. Your team, the winner's circle. It's amazing what's happening right now with you guys. So think about this: everybody that joins the company, period wide, every time they play in Magic Game and other games, 10% of them points are going to drop into the winner's circle. The winner's circle then at the end of each month is going to divide them points to the individuals. Okay, so that's number one. However, to build that team is always challenging. Well, the phone ringer does that for you, or it assists, because to activate your phone, if you've lost your phone, you need a partner. And we always recommend to have 3 people in that phone. So when you contact somebody and say, listen, I've got this new app that allows me to find my phone if I've lost it, if it's fallen under the couch, or if I've left it in a car, would you mind being help a friend, which is help me find it. What that does, guys, is that gets them to sign in to the platform to be able to activate your phone. All of a sudden, they might say to you, hey, what's this magic game? How do I play? Remember, there's no credit card information, no banking information, no personal information to sign in. So once that becomes your friend to activate your phone, you've now got another team member. So guys, I just wanted to do that, Paul. I'm sorry. I know you've had so much on, but it just, when I was listening to it, some of the people might have said, well, what's the phone ringer for? It's designed and put in here that as you share that product with friends to help them, will literally help them, what will happen is, of course, it's going to help build your team. Paul, is there anything else you want me to address today? I mean, obviously, you know, I've been doing guys, if you don't know by now, I've been doing all the back end, the technical stuff with Roy and other people. We've been building the videos because of Paul's been, you know, literally some days or weeks he's at the hospital near enough daily or doing different stuff. And so I've been taking on his role for a little bit till we can get going. But Paul, is there anything you want me to address? Do we want to go over the winner's circle and the auction a little bit? What do you think?
We will go over that in a second. Now, I know on previous conversations. Now, you throw me under the bus a few times. I'm going to do it to you now. Okay, so previous conversations we've had is we were going to finish the round robin in our pre-launch because, you know, it was the Abazu family. We wanted to give back to them. If people don't know what the round robin is, if you've missed the calls, basically, it's the same principle as what was in Abazu. So we were going to finish the round robin today. But it's, as we go through the sequence, everyone's going to be joining the winner circle all the way through. The round robin is the people that are here now that are in the winner circle, which means that as people come on, they'll drop into their downlines, into their particular winner circle. But as the company grows, like Dave said before, people in the winner circle now will be basically getting the 10% of points going into that, and that'll be split between them. The round robin is going to run up until the pre-launch end. Sorry, this pre-launch.
The round robin's today, right? It's when it's supposed to end. But you said you're going to throw me under the bus, so I'm waiting for it.
Basically, if it's okay with you, Dave, because like you said, you're the one in the background doing all the programming. I know you've got the program set to stop today. I want to extend the round robin.
Okay, to when?
I don't know. What do you think? Another week? Should we
can always extend it again if you want to, but I would say if you do to next week, that gives everybody today on the call the opportunity. So it's only a very simple code change for us. We can do it in the next hour and it'll be live, so it's not a problem.
Okay, so let's change the code. That means that you guys will get into the round robin, which means that anyone that comes on will drop into your winner circle at a later date, and all the points will go into the winner circle. Because the winner circle is going to
two different things. Make sure, guys, everybody understands, because we don't want to confuse you. So if you want to address it, Paul, make sure you break it up. Let them understand what the two differences.
I will let you break it up, Dave, because you are the expert on this. Because this, again, is something that's come from you guys, Abazu, and you come up with the initial concept many, many years ago, and you've let me nick it.
Right. Nick, it's an unusual word. I haven't heard that one for a few years. All right, guys, so let me quickly explain. The round robin was the software program that we wrote back in 2015. It was designed actually for a trade show, just so you're aware of it. When people come to a trade show, it would rotate. What that meant, there was 5 people that was at the trade show, and every time somebody new walked up, they would enter their name, and then they'd have to sit in a waiting room. Well, the individual rep who was at the trade show didn't know, who's rep. So what we've done is we designed a program that once they entered their name, it would go to the first person. So for example, the first person up would go to me, the second one would go to Paul, the third one would go to Graham, and the fourth one would come back to me, and then the fifth one would go to Paul, sixth one to Graham. So it just keeps going round and round. So over the years, we expanded on that program, and there's quite a few network marketing companies now that have white labeled our software. So with this program, the most important part of any program is the launch, getting things right, making sure we deliver on time. And that's something that Paul has made very clear to all and everybody, that we're not going to roll nothing out until it's 100% operational. So this winner circle is totally different. From now until launch date, which 99% projected for March 1, that means you guys have got from now to basically just over 30 days, I think it is, to March 1. Anybody that signs into the winner circle will get that 10% of that bonus pool divided by the points company wide. So thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands of people will be playing 10%. So guys, that is a big, big bonus. However, when that ends in March 1, anybody that is coming and joining Ripple, because they will find out, they are going to just sign up. They won't have a parent, a sponsor. They will just sign up, and that will fall into the round robin, which means you're always bringing on a new team member. Now, what does that mean to you? Well, the first thing is they're going to find out about the phone ringer because of a commercial we've designed or an advertisement. So that one will develop into 2 or 3 or 4 people. So the round robin is a very powerful tool, and it was scheduled to close tonight at midnight. Anybody that signed up would have the opportunity to go in and sign up now and in pre-launch. But Paul just asked to extend that. So we're going to extend that, Paul, to next Saturday, giving everybody the opportunity to do that. Okay. So next Saturday, guys, there'll be a form that we would want you to add your name to next Saturday. So Justin, you don't need to worry about today. So next Saturday, you'll add your name, and that name in that form will be the ones that enter into the round robin. So guys, make sure you get your people on next Saturday, your family members, mainly the loved ones, so they're part of that round robin. That's going to be a powerful, powerful tool. You know, we're in, can I share some of the exciting stuff we're doing, Paul, yet or not?
Yeah, share it.
Right.
It's the official rewards Ripple launch, so let's share the exciting stuff.
All right, so Paul's aware of this stuff, but not perhaps in full detail with everything, just because of what's been going on, guys. So the bottom line, guys, is I think all of you got to look at this, and I'm sure you're all in a program like this somewhere in the world. Okay, it's a point program, whether it's a Hilton Honor points, whether it's a Delta frequent flyer, whether it's a credit card. And let me tell you, when we've done our study here, Paul will tell you this, when we've done our study, credit cards that give back a percentage, you know, you get you 2% back. People don't actually get that money back. They use it to pay the bill. It's like higher than 80% of people, when they get these points at the end of each month from, say, Discover Card, American Express, Capital One, they actually take their money they got back and put it into their payment. So points work. Okay, so we're no different than any other point program. The difference, what we've done, is we're taking those points and allowing you to use them in the auction. Okay, and this works as a two-way here. So number one, when you go and bid on something in the auction, you'll have 3 opportunities to bid before losing them points. So for example, if I bid say 5 points on toilet paper, 36 rolls of toilet paper for 5 points. How did I get the 5 points? I posted a banner on my social site of something I believed in, and I may have done a survey, and I got my points. Now remember, the charity got half of those points as well. So now I've got 5 points. I bid on, say, a case of toilet paper, and I'm just using this as an example. Graham comes along and he says, hang on, I'm going to bid on that, and I'm going to go 6 points. Then Paul comes along and he goes 7 points, and I come along and go 8 points. So I've had 2 bids now, 8 points. Then Graham says, oh, I'm out, I don't want to do it. But Paul goes and bids again. He's at 9 points, and he's got his second bid. But Graham stepped out of the bid. Now all of a sudden I come along and I bid again. That's my third bid and I'm at 10 points. Okay. Well, if Paul outbids me at that time, obviously I don't win the bid, but I also lose the points. Now here's what's really good. The points don't actually get lost. They go into a holding account for the company, the holding account for the company. And I think Paul's got it set for November the 1st. On November 1st of each year, them points will be dispersed. You'll all see them points accumulating again and again every day live inside your dashboard. Keep going back to your dashboard all the while because you'll start to see your points accumulating from different things. Now, what will happen is on that bid, I can do two options. I can continue bidding, but it means I got another set of three opportunities. But whenever I get them three, if I have not won the bid, then them points go into this holding account. November 1st, they get divided company-wide for everybody. Then people will be able to go in and hopefully get some additional holiday gifts, Christmas gifts. We're hoping to help out at the struggling time of the year, which is Christmas. So then points go in there. At the same time, the auction for the charities, listen up carefully, the charities, when they lose the bid, they don't turn around and lose the points. Okay, they keep the points for 3 consecutive times. After the 3 consecutive times, then points go into a holding account for them as well. This is absolutely an incredible program for fundraising, churches and groups like that, guys, because it truly is a win situation for them. They can bid on what they want. So again, the winner's circle, that will officially ends right now as of March 1st. You get people signed up. There is no paperwork, there's no credit card, banking, private information. It's a name, it's an email address. Now you will see that Paul's waiting to approve, or we're waiting for Paul to approve in the profile some additional things, what will go in their questions. It will be your option to answer those questions. Them questions obviously relate to points, just like you just flew another section of Delta Airline mileage, you got another 500 points or whatever. So your option is to fill that in. Now, the reason you'd want to fill your profile in is the advertisement you will see that comes across to the inside the Magic games and other things you post. You see the advertisements. It'll be focused on your desires. So you might say in there, what's your favorite sport? And it could be, say, soccer. And then in there you might see soccer team advertisements. So there's a lot here driven in different directions. We, as far as I know, Paul and us, and remember, there's a group of us that have been involved with a previous company, then into Avazu, and then from Avazu over to Ripple. So there's a lot of us that have got ideas, concepts, but Paul runs it as managing director, and it's his final choices. So I don't want to go into all of the exciting stuff, but what I can tell you is think of it as a Delta Airline frequent flyer program. And if you know what I mean by that, or Hilton Honors, you use them as much as you can to get them free flights. You're going to get free day-to-day necessities. Your day-to-day necessity may be different than mine or Paul's or Graham's. You might need some assistance because you could never catch up with your rent payment. So you post banners every day and you get enough points that you go in and do 230 points and get up to $1,000 in rent payment or $2,000 in rent payment. And what will happen is that rent is paid and you finally get caught up. You could be behind on a credit card payment. You just need the help, or a student loan. You need help. So you're going to be able to bid on what you want to bid on. And then, of course, if you don't win that bid in 3, you can continue to bid, but then points go into the holding account to be redispersed again in November 1st. So, guys, we haven't invented something. We've just recreated it. We redesigned it. Reversed engineering is what the words are. And, guys, what's so cool about this is literally, and Graham and I have talked about this and others, is the day you do your bid and you win, or you play, you do your win, you win something, that charity or multiple charities get them extra points. And it could be a disaster right now. It could be a fire, a flood in Australia, a fire out in Africa, or a typhoon or a hurricane, and you need generators. And this has come out of the blue because it's a natural disaster. That foundation can go on there and bid on 20 generators, and if they get the bid, awesome. And if they don't, it doesn't really change their own way of doing things. These are points coming from you. So you're not just helping yourself and your family, you're helping charities. You're actually helping multiple charities which are victims out there, whether it's people hungry. They may say that, hey, we never thought about providing a food basket or a hygiene basket. So the charity will go to the charity part of the auction site, and they will bid on 100 food baskets that get delivered for 2 weeks, or they'll bid on one that gets delivered for 2 months. So guys, this is such a great opportunity. Knowing Paul, knowing some of the people involved in this, where we're going to take this is obviously, you know me from Avizu, and Avizu is going to accomplish, because the advertisement will come up as new people, they'll find out about Avizu, and eventually we'll be able to go out and build the schools and the generator, big power stations and roads and things of our dream, what we wanted to do with Avizu. However, this is as big, if not bigger, but they're on smaller items, meaning that we can actually do something quickly. And Graham and I have talked about it, Paul and I have talked about it, Justin and I, is we need to get things in people's hands as quick as we can. And guys, that can be done with you, but at the same time, benefiting by signing up people. It's all about posting, putting your banners together, going up there, get them to sign up. There's no commitment. You haven't got nothing to lose, but you want them to play, because every time they play, you get 20%. Better still, you get the extra 10% if they play and win, which is your vacation fund, or it could be for your own fundraising program. So guys, we've got all kinds of things. 360, I don't know if I should announce it. I don't want to get in trouble, but there's been a new CEO that's taken over 360. I got to tell you guys, that is an awesome program. We love it. Paul and I have met with them several times. They've got an awesome, it was actually introduced to us from Graham, told us about it. And they've got a great program. And when they roll it out worldwide, which they have a very tight schedule, but they're trying to match for our launch March 1st or close to that date. But anybody in America will be able to go in and play in that game, get into tournaments. Don't sign up yet, guys, because you're going to get points to sign up. So once Paul opens that gateway, then you can go in and sign up and you'll get points. And again, guys, you'll get points when you land on a number on Match It. And then if you win, you're going to get points. If you activate the phone and you get a help a friend, you're going to get points. It's all about giving you the opportunity to get as many points as you can. Now, there is one thing in the bid. You cannot bid on more than 10 active items at one time. So please remember that. So what I've got for you now, I'm going to hand it back to Paul. We discussed this. We're going to do an 8 p.m. training on Tuesday night, 8 New York time, and on Thursday morning we're doing 11 a.m. Thursday morning, which will then generate to wherever you are around the world. So Tuesday and Thursday this upcoming week, we've got a brand new notification system, Paul, just so you know. That went live while you was talking, brother. So we do have the notification system up now. Actually, what I would do, let me quickly go over here and just have a look with you. Boom, boom, boom. Share screen. Boom. Okay, can you see my account? Because I'm not in the master account. Can you see my account?
Yeah, I can see your account now.
Okay, right. So I'd love to know what Graham, can you hear because Graham's leader. I mean, look, guys, and you, number 5, keep knocking me out. I keep going up one, you keep knocking me out. So this is going to be some fun here, guys. But you'll see I've got 22 signups, and you get 5 points for each sign up. Now, every 10 signups, you will get an additional promotional points here, and then your grand total points will be down here. You see the banners have changed a little bit. So when we go live with these, there'll be a live button here, and then Paul will pick the banners, or his team will. So you'll have banners, say you're doing the subway surveys, you'll post them, or if you're doing a charity, somebody's house, or if you're doing Avizu, so you'll be able to post them down there. So at the bottom at the moment, you'll see a new notification thing here, and when you click on it, it says there's no messages. So your dashboard will let you know what's going on, conference calls and things of that nature. Also in the auction site, I want to address this. The auction site is a program that we bought. We looked at building it, and Paul was like, come on, we got to get it going. We got to get it going. So we did look at manually building the site, and we were projecting 90 days. So we bought what we called a plugin from Code Canyon. And then we own this now, or Ripple owns this software. So what will happen is there's only going to be 3 categories here. There's going to be member category, Then there's going to be charity category, and then over here it'll be 13 to 18-year-old category. So in the 13 to 18, the kids can go and play in different games. And guys, already we've been getting emails from people like Candy Crush wanting to know what's going on, how do they get in, because they want to put their games in there. But Paul will go through that. Then when you come down here, you'll be able to bid on the items like you see. Now, Paul had a screenshot. We took off the dollars. Somebody sent us an email and said it says dollars. So we took off the dollars in here. So this site does not work. We're working on the site in the background, and this site will not go live. We may give Paul some new screenshots so you guys can see how we're developing on it. But guys, this is not what we're using. We're building in the background, so when it comes, you'll see it. Of course, it'll have home, which will be the new website, which we are going to put that up live. I think Paul's asking to do that on March 1. So we'll put that site up on March 1. There's an About Us link that I think Paul and I agreed that we should put something about the company so they know. So we'll work on that this week. And then the contact information, what Paul just gave you, will be able to find. So guys, inside the site here, real simple. None of these work. We don't want them working at this time, and there will be a little bit different look when you get in here and see it. And again, this number is actually the sign up complete process. There's about 200 or close to 200 people on top of that that have not yet. They haven't looked in the spam folder or whatever it's going to be. But now we have the notification system. We'll be able to reach out to people and emails. And again, when you click on here, I think Paul nailed this. What's interesting is where this is coming from. Good job, Graham. 403 just keeps growing. Okay. Peter, excellent job this week. I've been watching you, Peter. You come out the back and just jumped up. Kelly, great job. So guys, you can see our ears, and of course we've been going back. I've been working and you've been signing up people. So anyway, you can see where people are coming from. But look at these flags. I mean, to launch a company 1 week in pre-launch and have over 1,000 people signed up from around the world, this has got so much potential to help people around the world and put groceries in your own pocket. So we're really, really excited. Obviously, we are going to stay focused on where we can stay focused. Paul, I think I've covered what I can for you without going into. I mean, we've got 2 large food chains, guys, that have said that they want to be part of it. They haven't given us an exact dollar amount, and we are going to be looking to build a team to work with sponsors. So, you know, in your own country, if you've got somebody out there that wants to be part of the auction site and doing their part to give back, you know, we're working with you guys. But we got two major food chains here in the US right now. Both have committed to at least $500 a week of something in the and it doesn't have to be groceries. It could be hygiene products and things like that. And as we grow here, guys, obviously a lot more is going to want to join us, and they're going to give up things. I'm talking to a boating company out of Pensacola right now, Florida, that they're on about putting boating equipment, fishing equipment, and things like that. So there's a lot of exciting stuff, but we're going to walk before we run. The site will come up like Paul's got it scheduled for March 1, and then only when he signs off will we add additional things. There's going to be a suggestion box. We're going to ask you guys, because you're in different countries, so we're going to ask you to suggest what are good necessities. You know, maybe, you know, we don't know. Let's put it this way: we don't know what is a necessity. Maybe gallons of water is a necessity, or power. Do you need a generator? We don't know. So we're going to have a suggestion box. I think Paul's going to introduce sometime this week where you can suggest items to go onto the site.
It's
so Paul,
not just suggestions that I'm in thirst for. I need information on what's around you, as in, if I gave you a grocery certificate that you can go and reimburse against groceries, what stores are around you? Because I don't want it to become a situation where I've got people in some countries that really need groceries, but they've got to travel 50 miles, 100 miles to go and get it, because that's counterproductive. So please, if you're adding suggestions, tell me where I can source and get the supply from for those suggestions, because I don't want you traveling 100 miles to go and reimburse something. I want it so it's a daily necessity that you can go around the corner, or you can go to your local town and you can pick up. I want to make this easy for you guys.
Paul, I just saw a question come up that I need to address for everybody. Guys, if you have signed up and you are not getting your email back, and it comes up a little red statement across the top, it's because you're using an email that you used with Avazu and you blocked the email. We have about 3,000 people over the last couple of years that have blocked their emails. And if you're using that email in the sign up process, unfortunately, our server recognized that you requested a block. So the easiest way around it is just use a different email address to sign up, and then obviously contact customer service if you want to put the other one in there. That's number one. Also, Paul, can we bring Graham back in? Because, Graham's, I mean, Graham, can you come and join us? Let's bring you back on here, brother. How are you doing today?
Okay, just unmuted myself. Doing fine. Okay, what can I do for you?
So, Graham, you have a large audience of people that obviously join your calls. Paul brought it up, which I didn't know he was going to put it up. But you're an amazing man. I've seen you do Christmas Day. I've seen you do birthdays, Boxing Days, and you do your call. You don't miss it. So, amen and God bless to you. You're fully committed. Can you get some feedback from your people around the world? Maybe you could do a survey on your site or something that we could find out because you traveled, you've lived in South America, you've lived in Asia, you've been all over. What we know as a necessity to Paul and I may be totally different than somebody say down in Venezuela or something like that. Can you see if you can get some feedback? And again, somebody might say, well, my necessity is I need a car. Look, everybody wants a brand new car, including myself. But a necessity to us is what's going to improve your lifestyle today, things you are struggling to accomplish. And we'll grow from this, Graham. The auction site will get bigger, and Paul's already got ideas of, different, I think he called them luxury items and things of that nature. But can you get some feedback from people about necessities?
Yeah, I can send out a survey. I don't know how many people will fill it in, but we can see what we can do. Yeah,
every little helps. It does.
because,
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, it is totally different. I mean, we've got a lot of members in Africa. You got places like Ghana, where the average wage there is so tiny. It's unbelievable. I mean, I know that you talk. I've heard Dave talk about the Philippines. Where like $1,000 a year is a good income. In Ghana, $100 a year is a good income.
Crazy.
It's amazing. And so there are differences that things in different countries, and we have people in a lot of these countries because we're trying to help people all over the world. And I know that's what you want to do as well. And
that's a perfect example there, Graham. These people are on low wages, but I'm going to openly admit I'm naive to what's actually around those areas. For us in the UK, we can go to a supermarket and buy bottled water and things like that. I don't know what's around them where I could supply them with what they need, like clean drinking water, the rice, the grain, flour, whatever that they need. And that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for everybody's help. So I can get a better understanding of what would actually make a difference in their day-to-day lives. Like Dave said, people want vehicles, but to me, that's not a necessity. Food, water, warmth, that's necessities, and that's what I want to try and supply first.
Exactly. My idea of abundance is waking up in the morning in a warm, comfortable bed in a safe home.
Amen.
With food in the fridge.
Yeah.
Amen.
That to me is abundant.
Yeah. Now, Graham, let me ask you another question while we're here talking. I know you guys are all listening in, and that's great to do that. It's like a podcast, right? But Graham, I know when we went through this at the beginning, putting it together, you had some great input, and I appreciate it. But one of the things that you really liked, if you'd like to tell and share your opinion on it, an honest opinion as always, is that people don't physically lose the points, even if they lose that bid. They get a second chance for it, like it comes back to them. And if you have other suggestions, please obviously share them with Paul Paul, or selling with me and I'll sell with Paul, whichever. But you like that program because it's company wide. That means people at the holidays that you really would love to give some kind of a gift that can't, they can work all year long gathering these points. They can either bid on things, and if they don't get them, they still got this opportunity, these points coming back in. Do you want to spend a little bit of an opinion on that?
Yeah, I think it's hard at the moment to really quantify what is going to be available and how it's going to work, because until you put something into motion, you never really know what's going to happen. But the philosophy behind it is that everybody can win. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your color is. It doesn't matter how much money you've got or how little you've got. It doesn't matter what your education is. Everybody has the opportunity to win. It's the most level playing field that has ever been devised.
And on top of that, Graham,
or one of them anyway.
On top of that, Graham, what's really cool, and Graham and Paul's got me setting it up this way, is in the auction site. The auction will come to an end, but let's say prime time in the US is 8 o'clock on the East Coast, or 5 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. Well, there's people sleeping at that time, so they would lose out on that last few seconds to bid on the auction. So what we've designed the software is that the country is where they will see the end of the auctions coming down in their prime times. So they haven't got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go and bid on a case of water, or a beauty salon trip for the next 3 months. They're going to be able to do it in their own time zones. So that's really making it even a more fairer playing field. That we're really making sure so people in Australia, Africa, wherever it is, don't have to really compete against the people in America. They're competing against their items in that country, and again, with their suggestions, somebody in America may not need to worry about clicking on something for some warm coats because they live in Florida, the Florida Keys, where now then people won't be bidding on them products. And again, guys, for everybody knowing, we did max it at 10 bids unless Paul changes that, so that there's going to be some huge people that are going to gain lots of points, and we didn't want to take away that person could to win everything and then go and sell them products somewhere. So it's a there will be some changes. I'm sure Paul's going to tweak it, change it. We'll put suggestions in, and but yeah, very excited about where we're going, Paul. I couldn't have a better birthday present. Let's put it that way. We didn't even think when we put this date together. And all you guys wishing me happy birthday. Thank you very much. I'm 21 for the third time nearly.
Yeah, you're catching me up fast.
Getting close. Yes. But anyway, guys, I mean, I'm excited, Paul. I mean, what we got coming. The key thing is this week, now you've opened up that round robin again. Guys, not only do you need to get them signed up, but you need to get the people to understand what this is. Because, again, there's no, like Graham said, there's no bank account. You're not attaching any money to this or a credit card to this. You're going to have to eventually have an address that you're going to need to put in for your item you win. But apart from that, we haven't got to send out any 1099s or anything like that. I mean, it's so, I mean, we've really done the best to think this through in the 90 days we've been working on this, that it's truly a win situation for everybody around the world. And the cool thing is that if you get the right products you want, like Paul's been really concerned about shipping and handling and delivery. We know there's people in certain parts of the world would love to have an extra cow on their farm, or some animal. Well, Paul and obviously legal have been looking at making sure that can be done. Well, you can't really do that in the US. I don't think you can in England, right, Graham, without having approval. But there are certain countries that you'll be able to win. And how will that happen? Well, you'll pick the animal you want, and then you'll go down to the farmer's place and pick the animal up, because we can't really ship it from the UK. It doesn't really work that way. So Paul's been really worried about shipping, guys. So again, your suggestions will help. And again, Paul's got this magical dream of eventually having things like houses and all these big luxury items on there, but he's keeping the the faith of let's walk before we run. So guys, get us that list of the items, what you want. Let's get them in your hands quickly. You know, somebody should be able to bid on March 1st and win something March 1st and have it in your hands March 1st, because it'll all be electronic. That's what we want to do. So Graham, I'm really happy that you're doing what you're doing. You're building this. You're the leader, is what I see in so many programs. If we can get them people to understand this, this is gonna be bigger than Delta Frequent Flyer program.
Yeah, there is one thing on your registration form. It asks for a mobile phone number, and I've had a couple of people that tell me they don't have mobile phones, and it is a required field.
Yeah, just put in a phone number. I mean, we're not going to be calling you, but what it does, the phone number area code recognizes where the country comes from. So we had a choice, and Paul didn't want to be a data collection entity, so we had a choice of what we done. We could ask for your physical address. And again, we needed to know the country so we could do the auction in that particular, the necessities. So the phone number identifies the area code. So just put in, if it's England, say for example, put in 44, 1111111, whatever it would be. But we need that, and then it will go in. Just so you know, there's no other way around it. What we can think of, Graham.
Okay, so if they don't have a mobile phone, they can just fill in pretty much any number.
Yeah,
put in their friend's number, right? I mean, Paul, there's no problem with that, is there?
No. Like you said, primarily it's just to find out what country they're coming from. Yeah. I might have a look at changing the number out for a country field. I'll have a conversation with Dave. See if there's a workaround for it.
I think the country code actually populates automatically when you select your country from the drop down list.
Yeah.
The other thing is, obviously, we want to text them that, or the idea is when they have the winner bid, they get the text saying, "Hey, congratulations, you won." So the mobile phone, what is the way we would prefer to go? But of course, obviously, Paul can change that whichever way he wants. We can do it as an email, but nobody reads emails.
Most people have mobile phones, but some people don't for whatever reason.
Yeah, you see, the only thing with the mobile phone is that it will hinder their experience in Ripple in the future, because obviously they're not going to be able to use things like the Stop My Phone, phone ringer, help a friend, because that's all linked.
Yeah, but if they haven't got a phone, it doesn't matter if they can't use the Find My Phone thing.
But the other side of it is doing the surveys and things like that as well, because that is going to be location based, and you've got to be within a certain distance of the location to be able to do the survey. So it is going to hinder them in some aspects. They can do a lot of the stuff because we're still going to keep the web based like it is now. So they'll still be able to share banners on the social media and earn the points. They'll still be able to go into the auction and do that. They'll still be able to play on the game. They're just going to lose any mobile functionality we have in the future. And I
actually the phone ringer obviously is not going to work either, Paul, because there's not a phone to ring.
No, I said that. The Stop My Phone, phone ringer, and help a friend, they're not going to work. And the survey location won't work. But everything else,
it's going to be very much a minority, but it's nice to know for those people that perhaps on here and listening, or if they have somebody that says, "Oh, well, I don't have a mobile" or whatever, it doesn't restrict them.
No, it doesn't. Like I said, they'll lose some functionality of the future, because obviously we're bringing out the app. They're not going to be able to do anything that's location based, so the surveys and things like that. But we're still going to have plenty of opportunities inside Ripple for them to earn points. And to be perfectly honest, if they sign up now and they get themselves in the winner's circle and the round robin, then they're going to be able to get the points when we do the disbursement later on in the year. So they're still going to be able to take part in that, because we'll always keep that sort of stuff web-based.
And just to recap, the round robin ends next Saturday, yeah?
I've extended it to next Saturday.
But the winner's circle is going until the end of February.
Yeah, make sure you understand the difference there, Graham. Sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to cut in on you, but the winner's circle Obviously, the round robin is very powerful, right? Because it's going to bring new people to your downline. But the winner circle, let's say you got to, if you just use common sense numbers, not exaggerated numbers. If you only had 100,000 people playing this game, that we could even hit that by launch time. It's very easy to happen, right? If you had 100,000 people in and 20% just in the one game, match it. There's multiple games, so 20% of 100,000 people is 20,000 people, or if it's 10,000, it's 2,000 people, whichever way you want to look at it. They are going to win. And some of them prizes in there are as much as 1,500 points. So you're taking 1,500 points if you're a winner, or even a 500-point winner. All them points are going to drop into the winner's circle. And once a month, they get divided by everybody in the winner's circle. The only thing that keeps you active is you must bid every month. If you don't bid in it, you don't have to win it, but if you don't bid, then you lose them points, but they get shared with everybody else. That's the only thing to keep active. Unless Paul changes out some terms and conditions, that's the only thing at the current time. Now, we might have a sponsor that we've talked about and gone through. There may be a requirement that, hey, you got to do this to get them points, if that makes sense. But as of Ripple right now, the way it's set up, the code is written, you don't have to do anything. The points stay in your account. You can let them accumulate. You let them accumulate. The reset date is November 1st of each year, okay? Because obviously we want to drop them points back into the account. We haven't yet or got the final decision made on whether we're going to delete them points on November the 1st, or if they just roll over and roll over. But the objective is to, they may end up, just because it's an idea Paul said, if anybody hasn't got them and we do have that, then points you've accumulated, if you don't use them, will go to a charity of your choice. But we got to reset at some time. Otherwise, somebody could have, 100 million points out there. And the problem is they would never be able to use them because you can only bid on 10 items. Does that make sense, Graham? So we got to reset sometime. But Paul, there's discussions in place to find out how we're going to do that reset date. But that's a little early yet. We're not, we've got a lot to do for March 1st, and it'll all be on the website and everything else. But bottom line to the deal, guys, is all go and get them points, post your banners, do whatever you need to do. Right now, sign up. 5 points, that's a lot. Okay, because posting a banner, you might only get 1 point. And remember, you divide everything, not everything on every item. The way we're writing the code will be divided. That'd be Paul's choice or the sponsor's choice. But basically 50-50 on a lot, if not 90% of everything you do will go to that charity. The idea is playing for a charity. Be proud, and obviously at the same time, get your necessities.
And I think in referring people, I think Pete Adey's shown the way, because he's come from nowhere to like 100 people in a couple of days.
I just looked at the numbers, Paul. I don't know if you've gone in there because we just done another push. Guys, you got copy your code in your dashboard. You know how to send it out. The video you saw at the beginning, Paul, are we going to put that up on YouTube? I'm guessing we are, right?
Yeah, I'm going to get that video up on YouTube. That'll be later on today. So you'll be able to go on and watch
what we can perhaps do, Paul, if you want to, either that one or the other one, let me know. We can most probably write the code into their sign up code, that it also sends the video with them as well. So when they load that page, it'll have the video on it. But yeah, you're right, Graham. I mean, obviously there are some people that have just run with this thing already, and it's only, we're a week old. I mean, look at it. Amazing.
Like I say, Pete Adey's come from nowhere. He came from, he first appeared with like 30, and then it went to 70. He's over 100, I think, now. And all you've got to do is expose that link.
That's it.
More exposure you give it, the more people you're going to get signed up.
I just had a text message. Let me address this quickly, guys. And I know Paul left me to do this and put it together because we were using it on another program. So let me just go through this. Somebody just asked about what's the difference between the winning circle numbers on their own. Okay, so this is mine. I'm in here. I think I think it's the company has the max. Then it's Roy, the tech guy, which would be at 1182 now, and then it's Paul, and then it's me, right? Paul, is that how it's set? I think it is, right?
That is correct, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know if Roy removed him on himself or not, but Roy had to be at the top doing the coding. So guys, what does this mean? If you sign up today, you will see the company total numbers in the winning circle. Okay, your number would be 1 or 2, and every time somebody signs up underneath you, they're coming into your winning circle. Okay, this does not mean, listen carefully because this should excite you. It doesn't mean if you on February 28th or 29th, whatever it is, if you signed up the last day and you only have one person under you in a winning circle. No, it does not mean that. It just shows you where you are in the sign up process. So everybody is kind of equal because this number plus everybody out there that's playing. So all the people what's in this final number you see on the winning circle, it could be 8,000 and you could be 20. That 8,000 people are part of the winning circle where it gets divided. But every player that plays for the company, the 10% goes. So guys, you're not, it doesn't affect you. That's your number that is going to be the divided number by the points. And then everybody after March 1st, when they play, they will continue to win. Then points will drop into your winning circle points, and then they'll be divided, like it says, at the end of the 30 days. So the more you get in here, it's reverse. You know, some people say, well, you don't want to get more people in here because the points are going to be less. It's absolutely the opposite way around. The more people you have in here, the more winners you have, the more points you have. So, you know, get your family in and get them signed up. But you're right, Graham. Peter has done awesome. Well, so many people have done really good. In a week, I mean, I just looked on the back end. We broke 1,300 already. Obviously, there's still people got to hit their emails, go in and confirm their emails. Look in your spam box, guys. Or if you get the red little sign come up, use a different email address. But yeah, I mean, pretty good for the first week, Graham. Thanks to all you guys, everybody. It's been awesome.
Yeah, terrific effort from everyone.
Amen. It really is. I mean, we had a goal. We got off the call last week, right, Paul? We said 500. It'd be great if we can get to 500. So thanks to you guys and everybody out there. You guys knocked it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, something else I want to address. I noticed it there before looking on the leaderboard because there's so many people that have joined, and I'm thankful for that. That I had a little competition in the house where we were trying to identify the flags of the countries because I was quite naive to the flag. So we were having a competition on that. But what I did notice is because the new registrations is a active board, each time you hit load, you might see someone's name twice. The reason for that is because it's an active thing. So they could have been in position 100, but when you've hit load, they're now in position 101. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me, because I might be able to help there, Paul. So make sure, because I haven't obviously gone in and played the game with the country. So what you done was you looked at a country and you saw such and such a name, and he was at say 98, and then when you went back to it, he was at 102. And
when I've hit load more, his name's shown up twice. But then when I go down to the next page and load more again, his secondary name disappears because it's a live board. So it's just got that board there. But as I've clicked load more, he's dropped down. But obviously he's appeared twice because he's on the previous 10 and then he's on the next 10 because someone else has knocked him down a space. So if you see people's names twice, just load the next screen, go back up, and their name would have disappeared into one position.
Yeah, the only way we could fix that is lock it the time they load. But I think you're better off the way you just explained it to people, they can see it, because otherwise we'd have to lock it when they start that more that would lock at that time and refresh afterwards. So I think it's better than what you just explained.
Yeah. So, you know, don't think people have got two accounts out there. We've got a couple of questions. We did cover one of these questions already. Do the points expire if not used in bidding? Yes, they do in November. So you can accrue the points all the way up to November. But like Dave said, we don't want a situation where we get 2 years down the line and someone's got 100 million points in there.
Is
because they've
that,
not
Paul,
been.
just so I know, is that a final decision, or are we still not yet 100% till March 1st and announce it?
We're not 100%, but there will be some point where we do reset points. There has to be, because we can't afford to get in a situation where someone just comes in and places one bid, so they've got an active account, they don't win the bid, and then it comes a year down the line and they've got 100 million points in there, because then they'll never get rid of those points, because we're
Well,
limiting to.
the big thing is like you just said, and you talked about it with Kelly the other night. Somebody sits there all year long and gets 50,000 points, and they get the car, and instead of starting at 10 points, they just whack a 50,000 points on the car. So but as long as you're telling me it hasn't been made yet for November 1st, because we did talk about having it as an anniversary date as well, where the day you sign up, it's 1 year from there.
Well, I'm leaning more towards the end of the year, because if we're going to do what we said, where we take all those points and we disperse them between the people, then it means people are going to have a boost of points just before Christmas. And then when we do our Christmas specials, we could potentially, everyone, that I'm not making any promise, but we could potentially have it where Christmas is done for you. So,
well, I'll give you an example, Paul, and I know you didn't want us to go into all the details, but we've already got Publix down in Florida that's given out 100 turkeys for Christmas. I know it's not perhaps the world, but they're going to give a tamper, whatever you call them, a tamper, whatever it's called, with food and a turkey in it. So them points, like you say, that's the time to use them, because a Christmas dinner can help a lot of people. There's a lot of people starving, but especially when it comes to the holidays, they eat the same thing. So yes, that is the best idea, I still think. But anyway, what other questions there was there?
I agree. And the other questions come from Julie. I had 2 referral links. One was used from last week's call, so that'll be under the company one. I accidentally sent that one to one of my referrals. What do I need to do to get them moved under mine? Plain and simply, send us an email with details to information@rewardsripple.solutions.com.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
No, we haven't wrote the program that way. Sorry, Paul. I mean, if you do, we're going to have to delay a couple of weeks. Yes, different coding, because you got to find. What we said was just sign up again.
Okay. Well, if she sends us the details, then we can delete one account and she can re-sign up.
Well, we can delete the other account, but just sign up again with another email address. Yeah.
But unfortunately, if you do that, she will lose her position in the winning circle, but she'll sign up. So she might have 800 people behind her at the minute, but if she signs up again, she'll start at 1.
But the good thing is, physically, as in the reward in the winner's circle, she could come in on February the 29th when we close. I think it's 29 days this year, right? Is that right or wrong? In February?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, February 29th.
I am right? Yeah, because I was looking at it. So on the 29th, somebody could come in right at 1 minute to midnight and be whatever that last number is, and they'd be. There's sayings for this in football. It's the last person that comes in doesn't get affected by them points being divided. It's just that they're the last person to join the winner's circle.
It's bragging rights though, because I've always got one more than you.
Well, I tell you where the bragging is, and I've already been doing it all day today, is I keep getting knocked down by it, and I won't say any names, by an individual, and I've been on the call, and that person's jumped out 5 people more in front of me, and I'm trying to catch up with Kelly. So that's the bragging point, is having some fun signing people up. But the biggest thing is all them people, they're not only giving me 20% when they win, but they're actually giving me my vacation fund. Mine is going to be for an actual church. So everybody I'm signing up, when they're playing and winning, yes, I get my percentage, but I also get points for my personal fundraising group. So that's why you want to do it, guys. All these people are playing for you, and it could be a vacation fund, it could be a new computer you want, whatever you want to call it. That's why we left it open. So unless Paul changes it, it's pretty exciting.
No, in fact, while we're talking about charities and funding other things, if anyone's got any charities that they'd like to put forward to be part of Ripple, They need to have all the correct credentials as a charity. It can't just be something that you've opened up, which is the Paul Davis Church. It has to be a legit charity. Send all the details over, and we'll put it to the vote and get them in.
That is on the national, right? I just want to make sure I'm getting the right.
No,
national. Only on the national ones. Okay.
Only on the national. Yeah. We have to make sure. Well, churches and things like that. If it's a local charity, a church isn't a charity, but you can raise funds for them, and as long as they're a church, and the premises is registered as a church and things like that, it has to be legit. But the national charities, we want to get them in there so we can get other people playing for them.
What other questions were there, Paul?
That's it.
Okay. Thanks and God bless. I have to go now because I've got my live coming up soon and I've got to prepare for it. So thanks for all you do. God bless you all.
Thank you.
I'll be doing what I can always.
Thanks, you.
Brother. Appreciate it. God bless you. Thanks. Paul, I'm going to wrap it, let you close up the call, but don't forget we got Tuesday and Thursday scheduled. Tuesday night, obviously, I guess I'll do the training on that where we'll go into the details. And then I guess the Thursday one, you'll do the morning one, or if you want me up to do that, I can do that. All right. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Guys, just on a personal level from me to all of you, thank you very much for my birthday wishes and thank you for joining into this. If you start to see this, you can see why it's not hard to put it together, why we've done this. And it was items that we had that were eventually going to be in the Avazu app, and it just made common sense. Avazu has gone stale. I use the word. There's not new energized. So handing this over to Paul, we're running with it. It's going to energize a lot of new people and a lot of new sponsors, allowing it to get into America. This is truly a great thing. And with Avazu being the hopefully the largest sponsor always, and helping out with the technical side on the back end and some of the marketing, it's going to be a great situation. So Paul, appreciate it. I'll hand it over to you to close. The rest of you guys, thank you for my wishes. And I will talk to you on Tuesday. And obviously Wednesday, we'll be doing our Avazu presentation on Wednesday. But for the rest of you, thank you so much. God bless.
Did you see the comment from Elias?
What did he say? He wants me to go down to Honduras and drink a bottle of scotch with him?
Oh, that's always a given. He put, if he wasn't working with his team, he'd be way ahead of you. That sounds like a challenge to me, that, Dave.
Oh dear, did he really say that?
Yeah, it says if I wasn't working with my team, I'd be way ahead of you, Dave. With a lot of laughing faces, I'm sharing my people with my team. That sounds like a challenge.
Well, Elias, we're hoping you're going to come on and do a Spanish one to explain this. I mean, it's not really that challenging. You got to get points for doing things. You got to watch that 8 to 12 second video. And every time you do that, we get paid a money to the company. Okay. And then what happens is that money goes into the things that you're bidding on. It's no difference in a frequent flyer mile program or your own grocery program in town. I went to one the other night and got a pizza, and the guy gave me this card, and he goes, "Oh, your 10th pizza's on us." And I was like, "Really?" And I hadn't even heard that. I don't know if they do that in England or not, Paul, but that was a new one for me, that you actually get it on pizzas. So this is no different. We didn't we didn't invent this or design it. We re-engineered it to put a different twist to it to help charities get points to get things they need. You might be a charity in, say, Washington, D.C., but you work with somebody in Kenya or Nigeria. And now you'll be able to go and bid on that bid site for a product that somebody needs in Kenya or Nigeria, and it gets delivered. I mean, this is just truly a great opportunity. But in reference to Elias, I will take on the challenge as long as whoever wins by the 29th, buys the other person a good bottle of single malt scotch.
That's a conversation for you and Elias to have. But he did put,
right.
Yes, he's happy to do it in Spanish. He just needs the PDF or the PowerPoint. I'll make sure that's over to you, Elias. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Hand it back to you, Paul. God bless you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, guys, I'd just like to thank you all for being on the call. Sorry it's gone on. You know what me and Dave are like. Once we start talking, we don't stop. I'd like to thank everyone that's been supporting us all this way so far. You know, we are getting there. Dave and the team at Abazu, I can't thank them enough. The backup that I've had from them has been beyond words, helping us to get all the programs working correctly, all the APIs, you know, all the links and everything like that. You know, they're doing an absolutely fantastic job. And I hope this goes from strength to strength to strength. And I want to make sure that we get the people what they need as quickly as we can. You know, that's why I want to make sure that we can deliver gift cards electronically. If I can get names of businesses and things like that I can strike a deal with, you know, then we can send you to your local pizza parlor, because Dave just mentioned it, where you can go get a free pizza with the coupon we send you. You know, the scope of this is massive, but I just want to make sure that everyone's got a level playing field and they're able to get it. Get people signing up. The best thing we can do is get large numbers in there. It's not just for you guys winning points. It's so when we go to sponsors, we can say, look, guys, we've got this following. We've got these people all over the world. You know, we can do this. What are you going to do for our people? And it gives us a stronger response to them. You know, if we stumble now and we stopped at 2,000 people, we'd get only small companies. The bigger we get, the bigger prizes we can offer, because the more eyes we've got, the more advertising we can do for these companies, and more money we can bring in. It's all a massive knock-on effect. It's a domino effect, and this is us pushing the first domino. And now we just need to get everything going and see how it goes. When are we starting to play the round robin? The round robin is not a game, Henry. The round robin is if you are part of Rewards Ripple, once the winning circle closes at the end of the pre-launch, people will drop in, and then they'll be giving their percentage of their winnings to your vacation fund and things like that. Please go back and watch this video. The video that was played in the presentation will be getting put up on YouTube. There's your personal links if you're already part of Ripple. They're just under the QR code. Click on that, copy it, send that over to the people, and that will get them signed up to you. That's working already. You'll get your 5 points for the people signing up. Get out there. Let's bring on a big number. Dave's popped back on. He's on mute, so he must have something to say.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. I'll tell you what I'll do, Paul. As soon as you get the link for that, because at the moment we don't have that email server set up. We've got the notification system inside the dashboard. But if you get me that link, what I'll do is I'll post that manual link on the side of the dashboard, so they can click on it in there. If they're going back into the site, they'll be able to click on it. It'll take them to YouTube. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to get the video. So if you give me that link, I'll get it up there sometime here today. And then that way everybody can see the video, because we don't have another way actually to get it out to them at the moment.
Yeah. No, I was actually talking about their personal referral link. Get that out to the people. Get the people signed up underneath them, so they can add to their
I meant the
vacation.
video, what you just talked about, to get them the video.
Yeah.
I don't know another way to get it to them. So if you just, when you do get it done, I'll put it in the dashboard as a hard link, a hard code. Okay. They can just click on it from the dashboard. All right, sorry.
Perfect. Okay, guys, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.